Hello, everybody. Hi. What's up, guys? Awesome. What's up, guys? Perfect. Okay, cool. We are on. Hey, everybody. How are you? Heather's Happy Hour, episode 23. Welcome. Let's see. Sorry for being late. Hater Man. Hello, Hater Man. It's kind of a cool name. I had taken my board out for a ride and just got delayed. But I am here now, and I have an agenda this time, so I'm kind of excited for... Actually, I'm really excited for this one because I feel like I haven't had one where it was just about me for a while, and I think you guys can kind of tell, or you will be able to tell, that I feel like I don't know, I kind of just feel like I'm been leveling up, and to me, as I look back, I feel like there's just definitely been a big difference in how I see this journey from the first year to now. So I kind of wanted to share that with you. Hey, Carissa. Hey, the Pickens. Hi, everybody. I'm excited that you're here. Sorry, I'm late again. Hold on. There's kids playing outside, so I'm going to close this window really quick. All right. So per usual, feel free to ask me questions anytime. This is definitely, this is going to be a Heather's Hangout. I do have an agenda, but feel free, just to interrupt anytime. If you have questions about anything, you can kind of just see it as a, we're hanging out as well. So this episode is called Why I Know I'm going to Win. Hey, Steven. Why I Know I'm going to Win. And I think that's why this live stream particularly is going to be really special to me, because I think I've always, yes, okay, let me be sure about that. I've never really doubted whether I was going to win or not. It was never a question of that. I definitely go through doubt. I definitely question myself over and over and over again. I mean, that's clear from the vlogs that you guys have seen. But the one thing that I have never questioned was whether I would accomplish what I set out to do. And I want to preface this by saying, I definitely have a long way to go from where I envision myself to be. So I'm not saying that I've crossed the finish line in that regard, but I just feel a confidence about that, and that's never wavered. I might second guess how I'm going to get there and how I'm going to go about all of this, because there's just a million ways to do it, but I've definitely never second guessed whether I would get there or not. And that's what I want to tell you guys, because I'm hoping that, a lot of you tell me that I inspire you, and you've, I don't know, my energy has transcended through, these videos, and you've set out to do your own thing, whether it's a business, a side hustle, or whatever goal that you set out. So that's what I'm hoping that this is going to be. And I'm going to tell you 3 things about why I think I'm going to win, like why I'm pretty confident. And I'm hoping that maybe that'll help you in your own goals. Okay? So here we go. Hold on. I was like skating super fast. So, I mean, I was on my boosted board, so it's not like I was, pushing on the board or anything. But let's see. Tanika. Hey, Heather, not related, but was trying to find your link about the items you used for driving so I can purchase them. I think you reached out to me on Instagram. Sorry, I haven't replied yet. If you're talking about Postmates, there really isn't any items that you need. The one thing that I recommend is the Anchor car mount, and you can go back to that Postmates video, go back to any Postmates video really, and then check the link. It's in the description underneath the video. But yeah, it's the Anchor car mount. That's what you put a magnet here, and then it makes it so much easier because you're not, you know, you don't have your phone in your lap and you're able to see where you're going and navigation and stuff like that. But that's the only thing that you need. Everything else is just like, there's nothing else really. So Haterman, yep, you've motivated me to do Postmates. Awesome. Yeah, Postmates, my goodness. Where would I be without Postmates? Let's see. Miker, hi, hello. Yeah, Tanika, if you don't find it, if you reach out to me on Instagram, I'll definitely get back to you tonight. It's just been a crazy day. So, all right. So, first thing, I am my own worst enemy. I think everyone is at the end of the day. A lot of what causes worry for people and doubt is just like all in your head, and it might feel like that's what other people are thinking too, and then that's what stops people from moving forward with their goal. But it's just, I think I'm very aware of the fact that it is just me, and I'm my own worst enemy, and I know that no one person is going to hold me back. If someone tells me no, then I just move on to the next person. It's not a big deal. And so to me, it's all about the mentality. To have that mentality, I'm gonna go into this. To have this mentality, I realized in all the people I've met, I meet people, like there's just not a day that goes by where I don't meet people. I include you guys, viewers. You know, when I talk to you, we have these dialogues. I include you as people that I meet. So I'm constantly meeting people, and there's not that many people that have this mentality. And even when I talk about it, it's still something that, you know, is hard for someone to make this shift. And I'm not sure if it's just something I was born with, or I don't know. I don't know why it is that I have this mentality, but I do. The bottom line is this. I already feel like I've won. And because of that, there's like none of this, there's no winning or losing. Like all of this, the way that I see it is like, my whole life, all the way up until I became an entrepreneur, was me working towards the finish line. And then the day I set out to do this, all of this, the day I set out on my own entrepreneurial journey and took hold of my own life and decided that I was going to live it the way that I wanted to, that was when I won. Like that was me crossing the finish line. And every single day since then has just been a giant victory party. That's how I see it. And it makes me sad that, you know, I went through so much of my life thinking that it's like you have these goals and they're just unattainable almost. It's like people go through life, and me included, it's just like you're always going through life thinking about like, oh, I have to, you know, get married or buy the house or, you know, make X amount of money. And it's just like, you never get there. You never get there. And it just, to me, it just sucks. It's like, you're never truly happy in the moment that you're in. And that's why, like, I'm so proud that I have this mentality, because it's not a matter of winning or losing anymore. I've already won. And the most important opinion, I guess, is my own. I really don't care what everyone else thinks. So because of that, because I've already feel like I've won, I also feel like I have nothing to lose. And that is risky. That is impulsive. And maybe that's my ADHD, if you haven't seen the video that I uploaded earlier. You know, I don't know why I have that mentality, but I think that's what makes it really easy for me to pivot, to adapt. You know, if one opportunity doesn't work, I just move on to the next one. I try to get creative and find other ways, find other people, find other ideas. And I just, you know, the victory to me is being able to see my life as like, what do I want to do with it? You know, like not retirement, not like, okay, you turn 65 and hopefully you've saved enough money to just like, I don't know, vacation. Like what is the end goal there? You know, because to me, it's like, I don't ever want to just sit still. I don't think I'm capable of doing that. Like I always want to be working towards something till the day I die. So this whole notion of like, you know, the finish line is when you retire, like that to me is I don't believe that. And I also don't believe in the whole, like, you know, obviously I don't believe in it, the whole like marriage in the house and you know, the whole like biological clock and all this. And I understand that it's hard to toss that away. I guess I consider myself lucky in that I don't have obligations. I don't own a house. I don't have kids. I don't have a husband. Like, if I want to change direction completely tomorrow, I don't have to run it by anybody. But, you know, that comes with a lot. That comes with a lot of, I don't know if it's sacrifice, but because I don't see it as sacrifice. It's just a part of the path I've chosen, but it's extremely lonely. You know, I don't have like a companion that I have to run everything by. I'm doing this by myself, obviously, solopreneur. I mean, there's definitely you guys and a lot of people who have supported me, which I totally appreciate. But at the end of the day, it's like there's not really a team. So yeah, like I think because I see it that way, I feel like I approach things differently. I'm not as like, oh my gosh, with everything. I know it comes off that way. I realize that. But I'm also aware of just like, you know, life is going to happen. You're going to go through ups and downs. And like, even with me, because I've been diagnosed with depression, it's like, yeah, I've crossed that finish line and this is all a giant victory party. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be sad and mad and frustrated and feel negative emotions. But I mean, what kind of life would that be if you were just always happy? You know, it's like the reason why you feel happy is because you know what sadness is. You have to feel both. And to me, it's like, you know, I'm all about storytelling, right? And if you don't have those like hiccups in the road and those bumps in the road, there's no story. It's like you might as well just end the story because there's nothing interesting happening. So I also have the mentality of like embracing the bad stuff that happens, which like, you know, I don't know. I wish that, so this is what my book is going to be on when I finally write it. I'm already brainstorming it, but I'm curious as to like, you know, all these philosophers, even how they take one idea, say, like, how do I translate how I have this mentality and put it in a book so that hopefully you guys can try to change your thinking as well. And let me be the first to say, I'm not trying to be presumptuous as if my mentality is the best mentality, like, you know, teach their own. But this is a reason why I feel like I'm going to win. Not going to win, but again, I've already won. But when I say I'm going to win, I'm talking about how people define success. So I don't care. Like I'm already successful. That's all that matters to me. But I know people are like, okay, how many subscribers does she have? How much money is she making? Like, how famous is she? How many times have you been recognized on the street? Like, people ask me these questions, and, you know, I don't mind answering them, but I'm also like, that's kind of not the point of any of this. That's not the point. Like, that I'm not striving towards any of that. My goal for all of this is again, like, you know, I've recognized that I want to work towards this thing where there is no end goal. There is no end goal. There is no, like, it's like this amount of money or this age or this like marital status. And that's what makes it so exciting to me, because it's like I'll never cross a finish line. I'm just always going to be working towards something. Like, there's always going to be something to be done. And that's what makes it exciting for me. So, you know, whenever I feel doubt or when I'm in a funk, I feel like, you know, some of you guys watch my channel, and I'm, you know, these are the things that like keep me up at night. I try to make sure that I tell it as accurately as possible, but it's like, it's hard when I'm crafting a story. Like, every vlog, even live streams, it's all crafted, you know? I try to make it as authentic as possible, don't get me wrong, but also, like, I can't crunch out enough vlogs to describe everything that's happening, because I have so many thoughts at one time, and then there's like so many thoughts that happen in a day. So I feel bad because, like, I'll post a vlog of like me feeling doubtful or something, and then you guys just are like, oh my god, she's not gonna make it, or oh my god, like, you know, Heather's in a funk again, like, oh my gosh. But, you know, I guess that's what I'm trying to tell you in this live stream, is that I know I'm going to feel doubt. I know I'm going to be in a funk. Like, that's just part of it. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop. ever. Like, I'm never going to stop. Even if I got a full-time job, it's all part of the goal. Like, it all contributes to what I'm trying to do. So it's just a matter of like, I guess I get overwhelmed, yes, but it's because like I'm trying to weigh time and money, because those are your two greatest assets. And it's like, you could do this because it would result in a bigger return in a shorter amount of time versus this, and so that's what I stress out. That's what I stress out about. But at the end of the day, I promise you, like, I've never been more proud of myself, and I'm just genuinely happy, like, within and out, and I feel really good. And that because I have this mentality, I think that number one is what's going to set me apart from every entrepreneur, because I know I'm never going to give up. And when I've gone through so many times where people will have given up. Actually, I know this because it's like take YouTube, for example. My goal is not to be a YouTuber. My goal is not to be a vlogger. It's just part of it, right? But I have met people that have started vlogs or have started YouTube channels and then they stop. And there are so many times that I could have stopped. There are times where I probably did stop, and I don't know, one day I was like, I'm going to keep going. But that's what's going to keep me going, is like I have just this mentality of like, I'm already happy. Like, I've already reached the finish line, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It just all contributes to what I'm trying to do. So I don't know if that makes sense, but okay. Let's see. Hey, Heather, I'll go back and look. Okay. King Flip, I have not forgotten about you. I promise. You are like on my to-do list. I will reach out to you. So let's see. I haven't called a man boss in months thanks to your YouTube vids, though. I haven't called a man boss. Oh, cool. I haven't called a man boss. So you haven't. Oh, like you're an entrepreneur? Is that what it is? Hi, Rob. Anthony, I use Stride and Drive to keep track of miles. Yes. Everyone's been talking about Stride today. Let's see. You don't need a guy. You're a super strong chick. Come on. Charles, hey, Heather, do you believe in the law of attraction? I don't think I do. Or maybe I do. That's when, like, you put out positive and you attract positive, right? Is that what the law of attraction is? Let's see. Donna. Hi, Donna. I haven't seen you in a while. That's cool. You're into the journey. You're fully embracing it as well as sharing it. Good attitude. I feel you're blessed to be able to do this. You're truly living the dream. I call people boss, but I'm being snarky. Oh, yeah. My boss is 13-year-old Tom. That's my boss right there. Okay. So let's see. Enjoy life. Live the adventure. Peace. Yep. Charles, explain more about what the law of attraction is, just so I make sure that we're on the same page. So let's see. Number 2, another reason why I know I'm going to win in terms of society's definition of it. Passion. And I've mentioned this in a previous vlog. I always envied people who found their passion, or people who had a naturally born talent, like singing, or I don't know, they're like a math genius or something. I always envied those people because I went through most of my life not knowing what the hell I was doing, and it's funny. I'm so glad that it happened that way. It sucks that for years I felt like I was stupid, but I'm glad that it happened that way, because what ended up happening was that I developed a passion for something that didn't exist, which was social media. And God, I cannot even tell you during my early career how many people poo-pooed what I did. Like, they did not give it credit. It's like, oh yeah, this is just a fad. All this Facebook crap's gonna disappear. YouTube, just people just didn't take it seriously. And now I see it. There's still some people who just don't give it the respect that I feel like they should, or yeah, whatever. But that just reassures me now, because that's less competition for me. If there's any takeaway from this that you get, to me, everybody should build a digital presence. Everyone. That is the goal with Sharespark, which is my next point. Or I guess this is my point, right? So I'd never had a passion before. And I remember when I started just little pieces of thought after my research and me like the idea of Sharespark starting to form in my head, how much I felt it physically and mentally and everything. I was just like, oh my God, like this is what it's like to have a passion for something. Like I don't even think that we should use the word passion, because like it's just, I think passion gets thrown around so much that our definition of it is just so watered down. Because to me, this is like something totally different. Like it's like I found my calling almost, but that sounds cheesy. So I don't know. But to me, Sharespark Media, a lot of you guys are new to my channel. I haven't talked about Sharespark Media in a long time. So let me break it down for you. Okay. Backstory. I've always had a passion for digital media, social media, technology, stuff like that. That's just, I've always been that way. I started to be really aware of the generational gap that we are going through right now. Okay. This is only going to happen once in history. Once. There's going to be like books written about this, because there's never going to be a time where this happens again. There's a generation that's lived and breathed and grew up without the internet. Okay. They still exist. And then there's a generation that hasn't seen a world without it. This is the only time that this is going to happen. And when I realized this and the implications of that, I was just like, holy crap, like this is bizarre, because you have a generation that's supposed to be teaching this like next generation, but how can they if they don't understand it? Because they haven't lived a life the same way that, like, I don't know, everyone who's like, I don't know, 18 and younger. I think the statistic is that by 2020, there will never be a person, like everyone entering the workforce will have lived with Facebook in existence in the world. So something like that. So like, I think that we're going to continue to experience this whole like digital revolution thing for a couple years, because it's going to happen until like the next problem is going to be like the aging generation. What are they going to do? Because they're just like so out of touch. Right. But anyway, to me, my goal is to, there are organizations out there that are saying like, you know, social media addiction, technology addiction, you can't put your phone down, cyberbullying, all of these like horrible things with digital media and technology and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I saw this video on Facebook of some guy going on a rant about how like social media is the number one thing that's killed the most relationships ever. My goal with Sharespark Media is to focus on the positive and to show people how they can productively and positively use digital media to do some crazy things in a positive way, in a way that's never been done before. Okay, so yes, you can argue that social media has killed a bunch of relationships. I don't doubt that. But I also believe that it started a lot of relationships. I would even argue that it started more relationships than any other kind of platform ever in the history of human race. You know, I know, like, I don't know any, I think every couple that I've met in the past couple years has met through an app, you know? So it's like, yeah, it's killed relationships, but it's also, I don't know, helped people to connect that would have never met otherwise. And that's what I want to focus on with everything. So not just like, you know, with dating, but also with entrepreneurship, right? Because I wouldn't be doing any of this. Like everything that I'm doing is completely digital media. And it's cool because I think the reason why people look to me is because there is no industry standard. There's no school for this. I didn't go to school for this. I'm just kind of learning as I'm going and experimenting. And that's what people like don't focus on enough, is like, oh, you don't want to put that on social media. Like my mom, you know, like don't talk about ADHD on your YouTube channel. Well, why not? Why is that? Like, why do we have these things like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to like post like nude selfies or whatever, but that's like, you know, I wouldn't do that in a photo album either. Like, that's just something I wouldn't do anyway, right? But like, you know, besides like my morals, I guess, like there are certain things that are just like how I feel like because I shared that I had ADHD on my channel, that has empowered me, number one, and then also helped me to share my story with other people that are going through the same thing. And that is the beauty, that is the power of digital media. And that's like what I set out to do with Sharespark Media. Sharespark, share your story, spark your potential. That is what it stands for. And I feel like digital media allows people to do that in a way that's never been done before. And what's cool about it for me is that because I always went through life like feeling that I was inferior because I never had a passion, or because I never had like a set path. You know, it's like if I were to get a master's in something, or bachelor's even, it's like I don't even know what I would get it in. Now I do, but that's how I went through my whole life. But if it weren't for digital media, I wouldn't have learned any of this. Like, that's pretty cool. I've met so many people through this. There's so many positive things about it. And that's what the movement of Sharespark Media is that I want to, especially with kids, right? So my last job was at a private school, and I started to already notice this lack of I don't know, of like a go-to organization that is supposed to, like, that anyone should be able to turn to for like, hey, you know, I want to do this, and I know digital media can help me do that. I just don't know how. And that's what Sharespark Media is supposed to be. And it's because, like, I worked at a school, so I was working at a place where you had the generation that's lived and breathed without the internet, and then a generation that like can't put their phones down. So I was like, how come there is not a class on digital literacy? Like, there's no class on digital media. That is bizarre. I could literally run my business off of this phone, and none of these kids know that. Heck, none of the teachers know that. That's just like bizarre to me. Yeah, and so I actually put together a curriculum for a class on this, and I quit my job because it's like, it's not fair that I only provide this knowledge to the kids at the school. I want to take it bigger. And then I started documenting my journey in building Sharespark Media through this YouTube channel, and here we are today. So yeah, like this passion, I feel like it's not just like, hey, you know, how do you post something on Instagram? How do I market my business on Twitter? You know, all of that is part of it, but I feel like the bigger picture is understanding that who you are now, regardless of your age, regardless of your industry, regardless of your background, regardless of your physical health, your mental health, whatever, okay? Digital media allows you to be as authentic as you are. You do not have to fake it. I'm not faking any of this, right? There's vlogs where you see me no makeup, and I do that on purpose. And that's why I show myself like doubting myself, because that's part of it, right? So yeah, like you can be as authentic as possible, and that is what wins. And that concept is like, we've never had that ever in the world. You know, it's like everyone is always trying to put their best face forward in any kind of medium, you know, but not now, and not moving forward into YouTube. To me is like the epitome of this idea, because Instagram, it's all like filters, Snapchat filters. Of course you could say that with YouTube as well, but that's why vlogging is a different kind of genre, I feel like. And so long as digital media continues to evolve, okay, like people think like, okay, this is just where it's at. But I'm thinking like 10 years from now, okay? Because we could talk about like Vine, right? You could have just said like, okay, here's another platform I need to sign up for. It comes and it goes. You know, like just in the past 6 months, think about all the new features that these social media platforms have introduced that have allowed us to connect in such different ways. This live stream right here is a perfect example. This live stream, it's 23 episodes in, did not exist before. Like, I didn't have this platform. And instead of like being scared of like the bots and how much you're sharing, and I completely understand that there's a boundary that you don't want to cross. You don't want to like be addicted. I don't think I'm addicted, but I'm just like so fascinated by this power of being able to connect with so many different people that I didn't have before, because the people around me in my life, I just was constantly comparing myself to them and feeling like I just was the odd one out. I sucked, everyone around me I didn't fit in. And when I found this, it's like I fit in perfectly, like just the way that I am. It's perfect. And that's like this idea. There's a lot of ideas here, but that's something that there is no end goal to that. So long as digital media continues to evolve, so long as freaking like Mark Zuckerberg and Google and Amazon and Snapchat, and so long as these guys are all coming out with like new big kinds of technology and the way that we communicate, I'm going to be here trying to show people the positive ways that they can use it. And the reason why I started spending less time on Sharespark Media was because my original idea with Sharespark Media was to do classes, right? Because I started at a school, so I was thinking like that's what I was just gonna do. It was just gonna be like tutorials and how-tos and classes. But even when I did that, like it just wasn't. You can't tell someone like they're digitally illiterate. Like who cares? It's not they don't know that it's not affecting them because it's not making a change in their life that they understand. So what I did instead was I put more effort into my YouTube channel, and this to me is share sparking. I'm showing people like, look at this. Like I have an audience of 3,000 subscribers that follow me for, I don't know, but who cares? Like I'm not going to question that. The idea is that they're following me. And that, like, I don't know, it just, I'm having like major ADHD right now, but the point is like, there's always, so long as there's going to be new features that come out and new technology, like I'm always going to be the one at the forefront experimenting and showing you guys, like, here's what you can do with it. Here's what you can do with it. Yes, I'd love to help make you money, but I also want to help high school students put together a portfolio of the amazing things that they can do with digital media. Like, I know this kid who makes, he's a junior or something in high school, and he makes a bunch of skateboarding videos and uploads them to YouTube. Now, that is a skill set. Like, hey, you don't have to work at the movie theater for your summer job anymore. You could create content you can create content for a business. So that's one way to do it. You can probably create content for a skateboarding company. So now you're also making money doing what you love. Like there's just so many ways to go about it. And I feel like that is what is not being told enough. I feel like there's already organizations out there that are like, the technology police and the ones that are like, oh my gosh, cyberbullying and all that. Those organizations exist, and I feel like they should. But what I'm trying to do is focus on the positive. And I feel like that's why I love Gary and Casey, because I feel like they do that, but they also don't have this idea, like this passion of just like helping people. Like they're doing their own thing, and that's cool. But they also show me that like no one else is doing this, and that's why I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm just going to keep doing it, and I'm really excited about it. All right, I'm going to check in here. Let's see. Let's see. There's a lot of you guys here today. Hello. Let's see. Heather, did see Jermaine got his boosted board today. Rob, yes. Jermaine texted me, I think it was yesterday, and was like, guess what I got? So I'm excited. Hopefully he can come back down here soon and we can ride together. Let's see, Charles, meaning that you can bring what you desire for your life through your focus on what you want. Okay, so Charles, the law of attraction, by your definition, is saying that you can bring what you desire for your life by focusing on what you want. That I don't necessarily believe in for myself. I've seen it work with other people. So like my best friend Suyeon, who's also my ex-roommate, I remember she just was on a mission to move to New York. So she took a dry erase marker and she wrote it on her huge mirror closet. I will move to New York by June 1st. And lo and behold, she got a job offer in New York and off she went on June 1st. So I do believe that if you believe that something is going to happen, the way that you carry yourself and the way that you open up yourself to opportunities unconsciously will make things happen. But I also don't know what I'm doing. So that's why I can't say that it works for me. Because if I were to take a dry erase marker and write what I want on the mirror, like I don't know what to write. you know, because like, again, it comes down to like, I've already crossed the finish line. I don't really want anything. I can't say what I want because I don't know what the technology is going to be like in a year. So I know what I want to do, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I don't know what I need to do it. So there you go. Can't stop, won't stop. Bad boy, take that. Let's see. Where focus goes, energy flows. I've been journaling for several years. I've captured some amazing, challenging moments in my life. Charles, you should do something with that, man. Start a podcast. Start a YouTube channel. King Flick. Documenting over creating. Documenting over creating. Explain. Donna, that's me, the one that grew up without it. Donna, I honestly thought that we weren't too far in age when I first met you. So I kept referring to both of us as millennials. Let's see, King Flip. Before the internet were dark times. Remember not being able to verify rumors. Well, before the internet, it was just like, man, there's so many things. Like, so many things. I just wouldn't be where I am without the internet, period. I'm like, one of my favorite communities that I'm a part of are my YouTube groups. My Facebook groups, I'm sorry. So I'm in a Facebook group for boosted board riders in LA. I would have never known them if not for Facebook. I'm in a Facebook group of YouTubers, like aspiring YouTubers. Again, would never have known these people in my life because I'm the only YouTuber that I know besides Jermaine who's in NorCal. You know, when students have a question, they don't have to go to mom and dad for an answer anymore. They don't have to go to teacher. They go to Google. Like, that whole thing, that is like crazy to me. And I feel like that I don't know. It's so mind blowing that I can't explain it. I feel like there's just so many implications about that we can go. I'd love to write so many thesis papers on all of the thoughts I have. Anyway. Yep, I met my husband online back when it was still taboo to date online. Yeah, it's definitely not taboo anymore. That's pretty much the only way I meet dudes, for better or for worse. Bovec, kind of like WeWork. I love the whole concept of it. Yes, definitely. King Flip, I had a teacher in high school meet his wife online. People were freaking out. Yeah. And see, that's what I feel like this is. Because people are naturally going to be afraid of what they don't know. That's just a natural human reaction. I feel like that's just in our nature, that we just fear what we don't know. But instead of fearing it, what I'm trying to do is show people what they can do with it. Like, embrace it. Like, it shouldn't be like, oh my God, the bots are taking over the world. Like, don't see it that way. You have full control. I have full control of what's going on here. Okay, I don't have to do this live stream. I just want to. Do you still Postmate? My gosh, I don't. I haven't in a while. But I did get my car back, and I don't even know. I just go for rides in my car because I've missed her so much. So I don't know. So many of you guys have been asking for more Postmates videos. I don't really know what it is that you want me to make videos about. So if you have particular questions about Postmates, let me know. I feel like a video about me doing Postmates would just be boring as F. So, I don't know. Yeah. Charles, in my journal, I declared what I'm going to accomplish. My journal gives me an opportunity to look at each challenge, then look back on all those challenges and how I felt at that moment. Charles, that is exactly what my vlog is. That is my YouTube channel. And I've always journaled, I think, since I could write. I was journaling. I have all of the journals I've ever had. And then when blogging became a thing, like Zanga, Blogspot, Tumblr, I have all of those. I started because I could just type a lot faster. I type 120 words per minute, so I could type a lot faster. And then when I was thinking about the medium I would use to document my entrepreneurial journey, it just, two reasons. One, I feel like talking is a lot faster than anything, faster than writing, faster than typing. And then also, two, because I was setting out to do something on digital, about digital media, I felt like I should be using digital media to document it. So that's why I went with vlogs. But, that was the point I was trying to make. I feel like everyone should build a personal brand. Like, I feel like that's one of the fundamental concepts of digital literacy and Sharespark Media. So the class that I made for students was how to build a personal brand. That's what I titled it. And that's what it explains to them is like, you can apply for college and use the Common App, but don't stop there. Like, if you are a singer, make YouTube videos of yourself singing or songwriting, whatever. If you were, if you have crazy awards for academic achievements, like, scan those and put that on a LinkedIn profile. Like, put it all out there, like, showcase yourself, And I feel like if Sharespark Media tells people to build a personal brand using digital media, I think that's a better way to approach all of this versus be careful what you post. Like, oh my God, don't post that. Like, don't post that. It's like, yes, there are things that you don't post, but I feel like as the new generation of kids grow up where they haven't seen a world without the internet, they're not going to think that anymore. Like, you don't need to tell them, obviously, don't post a nude. I mean, there's always going to be people who are like wackos. I'm not trying to help those people because whatever, that's their prerogative. But I feel like if you, like, rather than telling them what not to post, we should be telling them what you should post and why. Like, why? Like, to me, I feel like every person should have a vlog. Whether you have a full-time job or not, this is a perfect way to showcase what you're passionate about, to discover what you're passionate about, because then you connect with people that you don't know, and you realize that, hey, people actually need your help. Not maybe in your circles that you physically know, but now you have the power of the internet, and you can connect with all these people. I promise, like, each of you has something to offer. If I do, you do. So there you go. King Flip, is it possible that you haven't figured out the strategy? Is it possible you haven't figured out the strategy to execute your vision? Like, have tried multiple variations of the business other than just the course? Yes. So, one thing I've done this whole time is trust my gut. And my gut was telling me that it just wasn't ready. So I put it out there. I tested some things. I had hypotheses in my head, like, okay, I'm going to try to do tutorials and then see what the feedback is and get data. And then I did the online course and I got data from that and all these. And I'm constantly pitching the idea of Sharespark Media, and everyone's always like, oh my God, this is fantastic. Great idea. Definitely needed, et cetera, et cetera. But my gut has told me that I just haven't found, I don't know. I haven't found like what it would look like. Although I had a major insane epiphany yesterday, which I will vlog. I will upload that vlog tomorrow. But that's kind of why I'm making this video today, is because I think I realized it. Like, I know what it would look like, and I'm so excited because now I can visually see what it would look like. Now I just have to work backwards and figure out, like, what are the steps to get there, and like work backwards. So I'm really excited, but I can't tell you guys yet until later. So anyway, Charles, every challenge I go through got stronger, kept going even when I wanted to give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Definitely don't ever give up. That is a secret ingredient that will separate those who will win. Exactly. That goes back down to like my mentality. Like, it's not about giving up, because there's nothing to give up. Like, this is it for me. Like, I don't know. There's nothing to give up. I can give up on a way of doing it. So I can give up on, like, for example, online courses. I can give up on that, but then it would just be replaced with a different idea. So, yeah. Let's see. Bovek, Snapchat only existed 6 years ago, but took a few years to blow up. And that's because, oh man, Snapchat, that's a whole, like, I could write a book on Snapchat because, like, I won't go into it. But Snapchat, they definitely, it's like, if I could summarize it, it's that people were so sure that no other social media platform could compete with the big guys. Your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, and your YouTube. And then here comes Snapchat. And I remember the first time I used Snapchat, I was just like mind blown because I saw the difference. I was like, this is different from the other platforms. It truly is at its core. And because Number one, people are going to fear what they don't know. And number two, adults are going to just think the worst. So they're thinking, oh my God, these kids are using it to like just snap each other inappropriate things, which is probably happening, but they're also not. And most of the time they're not, you know, and now Snapchat's a force to be reckoned with. And if anything, Facebook and Instagram are like, hey, that's a really great idea. We're going to try to do it now. So there you go. King Flip, Charles, you should vlog. Yes, I agree. Charles, you should vlog. King Flip, I don't know, man. Kylie got a whole generation of girls trying to make it on IG. Yeah, and you know, Kylie and the girls trying to make it on Instagram, I'm glad that they're doing that because that's less competition for me. Like, I'll tell you right now, okay? Authenticity is what's going to win. As we play out all this digital media, as we just keep moving forward, that's what's going to separate the rest, okay? You're going to have your digital influencers all right here, and you're going to see, I promise you, the ones that are going to keep going and rise to the top are the ones who are authentic, because those are the ones that the people relate to. Okay? I would rather a person resonates with me if I can see myself in them. And then if you're constantly looking at someone who just looks super beautiful in a way that you'll never achieve, then you're just always going to feel bad about yourself. And I feel like people are going to realize that and be like, oh, wow, like Heather has ADHD and that's okay. And she's happy. So I'm going to go over here. You know, that's how I see it's going to play out. Carissa, exciting to see you with the focus and drive. Thanks. Definitely got to update you. Rob, what's the update on your car? The update is that I got it back. I just haven't uploaded the vlog about it. So expect some vlogs tomorrow. Charles, speaking as an entrepreneur, a few things will introduce you to yourself, like having to take responsibility for your existence. Yes. A few things will introduce you to yourself, like having to take responsibility for your existence. You should start a vlog, man. Like, that's some deep-ish, which I feel like you can make a vlog, several vlogs on that idea, because I agree with you. Let's see. Charles, with the law of attraction, you don't have to know how to do it. Just concentrate on the end result and keep walking towards what you want. The universe works it out. You don't realize it, but it does. It's already working for you. Yes, to some degree, I believe that. But to me, what I think more is that it's you. Subconsciously, you act differently, or even your mind is like more open is open to ideas that you wouldn't have been open to before, or you start to see opportunities that you would have otherwise been blinded to because you believe that this is going to happen. That's how I think it's all from within versus like the universe. Anyway, do you do live hangouts on Periscope too? I do not. I've been thinking about it. So follow me on Twitter, because I believe Twitter is Periscope. Yeah. Dave, hello. How are you? It has been a while. Heather, regarding your anxiety and depression, I was diagnosed with this too. It set me back like 2 months with like 4 panic attacks in between. Have you experienced this? I experience a panic attack like like once a week, pretty much. Yeah. I'm trying to see what I should say about this. Like, go watch my video from this morning, right? My point is that I don't think, it's not that depression, anxiety, and mental, all this stuff, I don't see it as a bad thing. Now, that's just me, okay? Because I know there are people who are really struggling, okay? So I'm not trying to devalue what other people are going through. But this is how I see it. I don't see it as a bad thing. I just see it as that there's one way that society has imparted for us to live, okay? And it doesn't factor in people who have mental illness. So if you try to follow that path, say you're a student at school and you have bad grades, then you have bad grades probably because you have like a mental illness. Like me, I had ADHD, so I was always failing. You are failing their system. But, that's why you create your own. So you could create that's what I'm doing. Like, you create your own system so that you excel at your own system. And then whether depression, anxiety, whatever, it like doesn't matter whether it holds you back or not, because your system is customized for you. So you factor those things in. Like for me, like I know this weekend, for example, I just was like I was so depressed that I was already thinking I would never do this. Okay, let me clarify. I would never do this, but I was thinking things like I just don't care anymore. I don't want to quit. I mean, I want to quit. I'm just done. I'm just going to apply for a job and I don't care about these things. I just don't care about anything anymore. And whenever I feel that way, I just milk it out. I start like, I don't know, I start writing. I just isolate myself in my room. I don't talk to people because I just want to like embrace that feeling so that way it could get over quickly. And then I don't know, a good song will come on the radio and then I'm back to normal. So I just factor that in. Like I plan for the time when I recognize that I'm going through whatever it is that I'm going through, and I write it out, and then I keep going. And I'm not, because I don't have a boss. I don't have like anyone who's like, you know, no one else is keeping me, I guess, accountable really. So, except myself. So like, there's no one to like disappoint except myself. Anyway, Roman, hello. I didn't know about this of you. So I did watch your other videos and I don't feel alone as much. It's such a coincidence, I swear. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's just about having the conversation. I feel like more people have mental illness and they just don't know. Like for me, I never went to go see like a mental health professional until I was 30. I had no idea. I just thought that I thought this was normal. I thought that my brain is what everyone else, like this is how everyone else sees everything, but it's not. It's not. So yeah, like, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Back to my point of like why I know I'm going to win. The third thing is that I feel like I'm the best equipped to make my idea happen. So like, even if I tell you exactly, you know, what Sharespark Media is and what I'm trying to build, you could go ahead and try to do it. You know, I'm telling you, I want to educate and empower people to utilize digital media to achieve meaningful goals, which is basically like I'm promoting digital literacy. But I'm also defining what digital literacy is, because people don't know what it is. They feel like it's like, oh, teach me how to make a YouTube video. That's not digital literacy. So even if you had an understanding of what I'm trying to do in the same way that I do, I also feel like I'm the best equipped to execute also. So that's the thing. I'm both a visionary and the executor. That's another thing that's going to make me stand out from everyone else, is that, you know, it's hard for people to be both. So add that on top of like, are you going to keep going through all the tough times and all the like bumps that you are going to hit and all of that? Like, life's still going to happen. So are you going to be able to make it through? Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, like that's just something I've never questioned. So, also one of my favorite parts about myself is, I don't know what this is, but I'm able to wear multiple hats. So say I'm going through like a really bad time, I can seriously like kind of pull myself out of my body and like look at myself as if I'm a researcher and I'm just like taking data. Like, I could do that. I could separate that. And I think that because digital media is so personal, like, people think it's like, oh, you're being antisocial. No, I feel like that's what makes people more human. It brings the best out of us and it brings the worst out of us. It's not like digital media is a tool. It's like a shovel, you know, like it in itself is not evil or not evil. It's what humans do with it. And anyway, so the point is, like, because I'm so aware of myself and people, and because I have a genuine understanding for just how people connect, like, I just see everything as data. Like, every single conversation I have is just data. Everything is data. Even my own experience is data. Whether I do something, data. Even if I don't do it and I see the reaction there, more data, you know? And so it's like, I don't think that anyone has amassed the data that I have. So I feel like I just feel like I'm the only one who's going to do this. And it's exciting. I'm excited. I mean, I've always been excited. That's why I'm like so passionate about it, is because, like, I don't know. It's just like meant for me. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Also, yeah, so basically what this comes down to is like, I trust myself. And trusting yourself is not something I ever thought about before. I never thought about that before. I think I would think that like athletes do that, because you kind of just like, you practice so much, like Kobe, you know, you just throw as many basketballs, you play as many games, so that you trust yourself, that you know that when it comes time to make that shot, you know you're going to do it. You don't even have to think about it. So I could see how people trust themselves in that way, but like, just, I don't know. I don't know how else you would trust yourself, but I never did. It's just something I never thought about. But like for me, like say like, you know, I was so depressed this weekend. I basically just holed myself up in my apartment for like 2.5 days. But I just knew that like, even when I'm still blah and like closing myself off, there's still stuff going on in here that like, when I snap out of it, I realize new things. I come up with new ideas, and it's just like, I'm more motivated than before I went into the funk. And I just trust myself. I trust that about myself, that my brain will do whatever it does, you know, for me to realize what I need to realize. And like, I always like, I feel like I save thoughts, and it just all comes to like this accumulation of like, ta-da, you know, here's why you went through everything you did. Yeah. So let's see, what else did I write? What is my goal? My goal is constantly evolving and something that can't ever really be fully achieved, which is why I will always keep going. So there's no stopping or going. It's all part of it. I don't need to compare myself to anyone else, because I'm the only one doing what I'm doing, and I'm the only one doing it the way that I'm doing it. The end. So that was on the agenda. Now you guys can, oh my God, it's been an hour already? Jeez. Wow. Anyway, I'll take some questions, and then we can just chill. I haven't eaten lunch, so or dinner, so I gotta go soon. All right, let me see. Charles, you have a great perspective on how you get through the ups and downs. Anybody who has created something out of nothing understands that the way you feel is normal. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's my other thing, is like, I want to help people discover their potential to create, because that's what happened to me. And I feel like the best way to do that is through digital media, because with digital media, you're able to create pretty much anything about whatever you want. So even if you're like you have a passion for yoga, you can share that passion. Like you might have a full-time job and a family and stuff, but you can still share your passion with yoga. And it's very empowering when you share it with other people, you know, that maybe the people in your life don't care about yoga, but you can use the internet to connect with the people that would, you know, be empowered by you, or cooking, or I don't know, magic card tricks, etc. Let's see. Steven, an entrepreneur looks for the why, and when they find it, they find a niche in the market. Yeah. I don't know if that's how I did it. It was more just like a bunch of eurekas, you know, like a bunch of epiphanies that it all like came together. But I wasn't, because I was looking like, what is my target market? How can I do this? I don't know. And then when I stopped looking, I guess it just hit me. So we'll see. Like, I'm not even sure if that's the only way. I'll let you know. I'll keep you guys updated. Nathan, Hershey's Symphony with almonds and toffee. Yes. Lazy Dog, how do you enjoy the co-working space? I'm considering going to one that's close to me. Lazy Dog, go check out the live stream from last week. I actually broadcasted from my co-working space because now I have an actual private office where, you know, the whole time I've been there, I was using a hot desk membership. And with, like, regardless of whether you have a hot desk membership or an actual office, to me, a co-working space is the best thing. But there is a difference now that I'm realizing. So if you're a solopreneur and you're just looking to like make money online, selling your knowledge and experiences, which is a very common way that people make money offline. So say you're like building an online course or something, or like you can even look at my YouTube channel. I can start crafting this YouTube channel so I'm only doing tutorials on vlogs, for example, or marketing, and then you monetize off that. You can start offering coaching sessions where people can connect with you on Skype or Google Hangout, and they charge you per hour. Or you can do consulting, etc. If you're doing that, you don't need a co-working space, I don't think, because you have an end goal. Like, what it looks like. It's very defined. And even if you're just like selling like e-commerce, I don't think that a co-working space is necessary. But for me, because what I'm doing is so fluid and that there's so many ways to go about it, and I know I can't do it myself. I can't. I need other organizations. I need other people. I need, like, me alone, I'm not going to be able to come up with the path. So I need to meet other entrepreneurs. It's all data. It's all part of the data. I need to be able to talk to other people that are going through the same thing. I need to ask them how they use digital media in their businesses, or ask them about their industries, and, just understand their passion points and pain points. And that to me has been priceless at a co-working space. Like, that is what I pay for right there, is the ability to have that community of people that are trying to create something out of nothing. That is like, I could not get that anywhere else. And so that's why, like, because I was even thinking about when I didn't have a co-working space. Back then, I was very, very much just focused on, like, how am I going to make money? How am I going to make money? Because that was the only thing, it's like I quit my full-time job and now I don't have any income coming in. So the only thing I was thinking about was money. But, like, in order to make money offline, you don't really need other people to help you do that. You just like with the online class, for example, you just sit there, you make the class, you record it, you upload it, and you're good. I talk about Teachable a lot. Teachable is a platform that I use for my online courses. And one of the most successful people that uses it is in her mid-20s. And her first course was like how to renovate a used RV truck, and like transform it into this thing that you could just drive around and go on like a giant road trip across the country. Like, that was what her course was on. She's in her mid-20s and she did that all by herself at home. She doesn't need anybody to tell her, like, this is how you should make the class, because it's her class, and it's her experience, it's her knowledge. So you don't need a co-working space in that regard. Yeah. So, but if you're a startup, if you need to, I don't know, like, for me, I just really needed to surround myself with people that were doing the same thing and that were creating something out of nothing. Not necessarily in the same industry. I mean, there's people that do taxes and legal stuff and, UX, UI. Like, there's people from every industry, but still, it's like we're all there because we have this idea of, like, creating, like, coming up with ideas and making them happen. That is the beauty of a co-working space. So it's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. Q Silver, was it comfortable for you to create your YouTube channel right off the bat, or did it take a while? That's a good question. So it was, okay, so here's the way I did it. I think when you start a business, people say, like, start with the people that you know, like, sell to the people that you know. So say you are, say you have a new recipe for a sandwich that you want to sell. Okay, something super basic. And then you make that sandwich and you give it to your mom and your dad and your family and then your best friends and your coworkers or whatever, right? And they give you feedback like, oh, we don't like it, we like it, whatever. With a YouTube channel, because no one knew what the heck YouTube was in my life, like, even me, like, I don't watch enough YouTube to really understand, like, the breadth of it all. I don't think YouTube understands, it's all still evolving. Like, people are creating all kinds of different content every day. So it's like, because of that, I was comfortable in that I knew that I just focused on myself. Like, I just saw it as a journal. That's all I saw it as. And as soon as you start to think like, oh my God, I want 1,000 subscribers, or, did that video get 20 views or 50 views? Like, if you start thinking like that, that's when you psych yourself out, because you're starting to hold yourself to standards of what, who knows, like that all doesn't matter. So to me, I just saw it as like, I'm going to journal anyway, might as well do it through vlogs. Now in terms of showing people it, I decided exactly not to show the people that I knew, because I just felt like I was being judged. Again, because it's a thing that people didn't understand. So while everyone around me was getting married and having kids and like getting their masters and like being promoted and stuff, I was doing the exact opposite. And I don't know like when it was that I finally announced to everybody that, hey, I have a YouTube channel, I'm documenting my entrepreneurial journey. Like, it took a while. I even promoted my Sharespark Media YouTube channel first, because that was like tutorials. That's me. Like, I actually write a script. It's perfectly edited. I put a lot of time into a tutorial. So I put that out to my network first, because I didn't want people to see me. Like, I remember, I showed my brother my first vlog. And Kevin, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm gonna throw you under the bus for a second. I showed my brother my vlog, my very first one, and he was just like, oh my God, you're so dramatic. And like, he was like, if you need to go back and get a job, people are going to look at this and think that you don't know what you're doing. Like, you're showing as if you like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're putting your position, you're making yourself vulnerable, and if someone's like trying to hire you and they see that video, like, they're going to go for the other person who doesn't have that vulnerability out there on the internet. And after he said that, I was like, I'm never showing anybody ever again. Ever again. Like, not ever again, but until I felt like I had enough momentum on YouTube to show them, where they'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. Because I would understand. I understand where my brother was coming from. I understand that. And that's what holds a lot of people back from actually putting something out there. It's because you're just afraid of judgment. But like, I don't know, vulnerability is what wins, man. Like, that's why you guys come to my channel. That's why, right? Postmates, you're trying to do it too. You don't know how. You go on YouTube, you search Postmates, someone give me some tips, and here you are. Like, I'm not a master Postmater. Like, I bet so many of you guys have done way more Postmates runs than I have. But it's just like, you make one video. I didn't even plan to make that video. My Postmates video that's at 60,000 views right now, I literally was trying to daily vlog, and I was like, okay, the sun's about to set, and I need to put out a vlog right now. And I'm wearing my Postmate shirt. And I was like, I'm going to do 10 tips on how to be a good Postmate. It was just like completely spontaneous. I drove my car to a curve over here because I wanted the sunlight. And I just sat in my car and recorded it. And I just made up the tips right there. Like, it just, I don't know. It wasn't anything that I planned. But that's because I go into this whole thing not thinking like, oh my God, this is the video that's going to get 60,000 views. Like, I don't go into any of the videos thinking that. I just make them for me. And when you make them for you, then you should be comfortable making whatever you want. So there you go. Do you have any tips on becoming more confident in creating a channel? Tips on becoming more confident in creating a channel. I mean, my number one piece of advice would be just create more. Like, just make videos. Like, you don't need to, especially if you're going to do like vlogs and like a personal brand, what you need to do is establish a story. Okay. So luckily I have 2 different channels to talk about to give you this, background. Okay. So my YouTube channel for Sharespark Media, that is an established organization, and its mission is to educate and empower people to utilize digital media. So I only had tutorials, and I had a Make It Monday show, which was my live show back then. where I would only talk about digital media and show people how to use digital media and why they should be using digital media. Okay, so that's that. Now, with my YouTube channel, I didn't know where this was going to go. I had no idea. I'd never know. Like, even, it's like, I couldn't tell you at vlog number 1 that I was even going to get to, like, vlog 100. I had no idea. But you have to establish a story. So, like, my story is that I'm a vlogger, creator, and entrepreneur, and I'm documenting my entrepreneurial journey through vlogs on this YouTube channel. That is my story. And it's like, it's just me. And everything that I upload is part of my story. And so what you have to do is, like, understand, why are you creating a YouTube channel? Like, what do you stand for? Like, it comes down to, like, a personal brand, right? So I believe that everyone should have a digital presence and a personal brand. I used to believe that everyone should have a vlog, but now I know that, even some of you guys have told me, I don't ever want to vlog. I don't ever care to vlog. I only want to watch vlogs, and that's fine. But I do believe that everyone should have a digital presence, because that is where we're going. Like, forget resumes. Like, no one's going to if someone wanted to apply for a job with me, I'll ask for a resume just to see what you put together, but you bet your ass I'm going to Google you. Sorry, I just cussed. But yeah, I'm going to Google you. I'm going to Facebook stalk you. I'm going to see if there's anything out there. And I can guarantee you, if it comes down to 2 different candidates and someone has, like, really cool YouTube videos about them showing their passion, like, even if they suck at it, like, to me, that's admirable versus someone who does not have a digital presence at all. And I feel like that's the future. Like, that's how it's going to go. But yeah, you just have to have an understanding of, like, what is your personal brand? What do you stand for? And every piece of content that you upload, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter or whatever, how does it contribute to your overall story? All right, I'm going to move on now. Let's see. Jordan, saw your boosted board unboxing video, and I share your excitement of how you felt before it arrived. I ordered mine last week, so I get it in 3 weeks. Can't wait. Jordan, 24, from Brighton, England. Awesome, Jordan. Yeah, my boosted board is, like, my favorite thing. It's actually right here. I think you guys can see it. There it is. Yep. She's awesome. Or he. I haven't decided. But yeah, it's the best thing. The pickings. I'm trying to decide between 2 co-working spaces. WeWork, which is literally up the street from my job, and a much lower cost local co-working space that is about 12 minutes further away from my job. The pickings, like, you need to go in to both and spend a day there. I know WeWork will do that. I'm pretty sure they would. So go into the WeWork and be like, hey, can I work here for a day just to see what the vibe's like? And then go introduce yourself to people that are in the common area and just be like, hey, can you tell me more about the community here? Because, again, that's what you're paying for, is the community. So talk to the people, hear it directly from them. Try to, I don't know, see if any other people have done YouTube videos on WeWork of your specific location. Like, I'm pretty sure if you typed in WeWork Long Beach, I'm going to be the only one who has videos on that. But I don't know, maybe someone at that WeWork has videos on that. And I would say the same thing about the other co-working space, because it just, again, it really depends on, like, what you're trying to get out of it. If you were, like, the solopreneur who's just selling something, and you just need a place that's not home to work at, then you don't need this sense of community. But yeah, I think you'll be able to notice that as soon as you walk in. Like, I toured another co-working space, and just immediately when I walked in, I was like, nope, this is not, like, I'd rather work at home, honestly. So it's just, you just have to go and check it out. Let's see, Charles. How do your friends respond to you now since you've been doing it for over a year now? That's a really good question. I'm trying to think of who my friends are, because I've met a lot of people since I've been on this journey who I consider friends. The friends that knew me before I did all this, like, nothing's changed. It's like, when we hang out, we don't talk about YouTube. We don't talk about, like, what I'm doing. Of course, like, I update them on this and that, but, it's like I'm not just there to just talk about what I'm doing, because there's a lot of exciting things that are happening with them too. And honestly, like with my friends, it's like, you know, that's why they're your friends, because you can just go out and get drunk, and it's not, you know, you can just talk about whatever. And honestly, mostly what I talk about is guys with my friends. So nothing's really changed on that front. I really appreciate that about my friends, because you can get lost in all this stuff. Like, you know, I've been working all night, all day. I'm tired, and I have so much to do before I go to bed. It's already 7:30, and like sometimes the friends that I've met since, like, it's the only thing that we talk about is like YouTube and like more ideas and stuff. And like sometimes I just like I'm like, dude, can we talk about like food and like movies and stuff? So I really like that about my friends. Like nothing has changed at all. Let's see. Starting my YouTube channel gives me the same feeling as approaching the girl you had a crush on in high school. Just do it. Yeah, just do it. You have nothing to lose, you know, unless you, like, just don't ever do something that you're going to regret. Starting a YouTube channel is not something that you're going to regret, you know, like that. It's like any art form, painting, writing, whatever. You are creating something, that you're an artist. Right? You might not see it that way, but that's what you are. It takes a lot of creativity to figure out where to place the camera, where to place the lighting, what you're going to say. Like, you know, all of that takes creativity. So own that. And respect that about yourself, but also know that you are the artist. So however you do it is totally up to you. Like don't do it the way that someone else has done it, because they are not you and you are not them. So like this is your chance to define how you're gonna do it. That's a very intimidating process, and it's still something I struggle with to this day. So I'm not gonna pretend like I don't struggle, and this is all so easy for me. But yeah, like, you know, it's your first one. It's the first one. It's the first one that gives you the most anxiety for anything. So when you make your first vlog, you hit upload, you're going to be like, wow, that just was not a big deal. And chances are you're not going to get that many views anyway, you know? So it's like no one's even watching. It just depends, right? So if you want to get 1 million subscribers, if that's your goal, then make prank videos. You know, like do challenge videos, do things that are trending, and you know, you could do things that like where you're talking about other YouTube celebrities or whatever, because people like gossip and stuff. I would never do that, because that's not me. And I'm not trying to get 1 million subscribers. If that happens, okay, but that's not my goal. So that's why you really have to understand like what your big picture goal is. Does that make sense? Awesome. I can't believe it's 1 hour and 17 minutes. Anyway, this has been fun. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is probably my most watched live stream. My goodness. I wish I was doing something like more visually entertaining. But yeah. How do I want to end this? How about this? I have a really big meeting tomorrow. Really big. So if you can give me good vibes my way, I really appreciate that. This is like a, you know, everything I said, I stand true. I stand by everything I said. If this doesn't work out, there's another way. I'm resourceful. I'm never going to give up. But this meeting, if it goes well, would definitely be a game changer. Like it would go from like level 1 to like 10. So crossing fingers, keeping an open mind. I'm a little nervous because see, this is all the stuff I want to vlog, but I can't, because it's like you just gotta play your cards right, man. You gotta, like, I don't know who's watching, you know, I don't know who's gonna watch this later, so I just like, there's just a timing. But yeah, if you guys are here, I'd appreciate good thoughts, good positive vibes, because it would be awesome. It would just be awesome. I don't know. No expectations, my dear. All right, so let's see. You can end by singing All I Do Is Win, 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 no matter what. Yeah. Same time, but tomorrow. Good vibes. Same time tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, I perfectly timed this meeting so that it's towards the end of the day. And then WeWork has its happy hour. So I was telling my office mate Eli, who's in the chat, hey Eli, what's up? That the drink I have at happy hour is either going to be a celebratory one or that's okay. Move on to the next thing. So we'll see. All right, guys. Also, I got to shout out. I gotta be more aggressive with this. Oh yeah, VidCon. VidCon's coming up, so that's a thing next month. Also, check out my Patreon if you want to support me as a creator in what I'm doing. Check out my Patreon. $1 a month. That's all I need, and that would be like more than enough. All my stuff is free, so it's really, it is about the money, but it's also really just like it would mean a lot as like a token of like, hey, we support you, Heather. So patreon.com/HeatherJustCreate. Links in the description below. And let's see. Thanks, Heather. You're an inspiration. I look forward to the future when we will meet over dinner laughing about me being afraid to make my first vlog. Yes, Charles. I look forward to that moment. Just start it, man. Like, vlog your first vlog. Like, I think it'd be fun. Do it. Eli, I shall get my whiskey. Awesome. Frank, good luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right, guys. Let's end it. Catch you guys mañana. I'll have a new vlog up. Thanks so much for everything. It means a lot. Bye, guys. See ya. Ooh. Oh, am I still on?